Another morning of demonstrations outside the Kent County Courthouse as supporters for ex-police officer Christopher Schurr and supporters wanting justice for Patrick Lyoya's family are both out there once again. The jury has had the case for about 2.5 days now.
Tensions are rising as we wait for them to return a verdict. So far, we know the jury is still deadlocked on a decision. They're considering 3 verdicts for Schurr: guilty of second-degree murder, guilty of voluntary manslaughter, or not guilty.
Here's a live look right now at the empty courtroom, where we know a verdict will be read at some point. We have no indication right now of when that will be, but here's a timeline of what we do know. The jury got the case at 12:41 Monday afternoon. Yesterday, just after 3 o'clock, they told the judge that they cannot come to a consensus. And that is when Judge Christina Mims told them to return to deliberations. They went home again at 4:40 yesterday. They returned to the courthouse about 3.5 hours ago.
In total, they've been deliberating this case for about 15 hours now. As they continue to decide the fate of Schurr, demonstrations continue to happen outside of the courthouse.
And that is where we find News 8's Duncan McLean for us this afternoon. Duncan, what's the atmosphere like out there today?
George, Sue, we're live outside the courthouse where the sun is starting to heat things up, but the temperature among the supporters here remains pretty cool today. There's about 30 people on the Lyoya side and about a dozen on the Schurr side, mostly keeping their distance. We have had a few verbal dust-ups over the first couple of hours of demonstration this morning, but nothing very serious. The first police interaction with the crowd happened around 10:40 this morning when all lives matter rhetoric from the Schurr side appeared to set off the Lyoya supporters who argued that all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. The two met in the middle for some verbal exchanges. 2 Wyoming police officers rode their bikes from across the street where they have a group stationed into the fray to de-escalate the situation. They did that successfully, and the two sides returned to their ends of the sidewalk, keeping 10 to 20 yards between them for the most part since then. And that's where we stand now, things remaining relatively cool this morning. Jordan, Sue.
Thanks, Duncan. Yesterday, we did see a clash of demonstrators toward the end of the day. One person was arrested. Any added security that you've seen out there other than the officers across the street?
No material changes in terms of police presence or barriers or things of that nature after that dust-up yesterday. In fact, there wasn't really even a visible police presence at all until about 10:40 with that incident that we described. While that was happening, a group of 15 or so Grand Rapids police officers rode their bikes up Lyon around the corner onto Ottawa and past the demonstration, then stationed somewhere out of sight. That group of Walker police officers remains visible just across the street at the base of the 5th Third Center Tower there. Between 7 and 10 officers from Wyoming there, keeping an eye on things as they develop. Apart from the occasional yelling, there's also been a few instances of calm discussion between the two sides of supporters today as they try to find some common ground while everybody anxiously awaits news from inside the courtroom. That's the situation we're dealing with live right now. We'll be back in the next half hour with another look here in downtown Grand Rapids. Live, Duncan McLean, News 8.
All right, Duncan, thank you. Now we want to get to Ken Kolker, who's been inside the courthouse. Ken, the jury said they were deadlocked yesterday. Have they come back to ask any questions for the judge yet?
There's been nothing so far. It's been very quiet, and really the only way we'll know there's any news happening is if both sides come out of the elevators and walk into the court. That's the only way we'll know that the jury either has a question or has reached a verdict or maybe is still hung. Now, this is after 15 total hours of deliberations over parts of 3 days and still no verdict. Now, the jury started back at it at 8:30 this morning. Yesterday, the 12-member jury told the judge it could not reach a verdict, that it was a hung jury after 10 hours of deliberations, leading the defense to ask for a mistrial. Now, instead, the judge told the jury to keep trying. We have not seen Christopher Schurr or his defense team in the building yet today. Patrick Lyoya's parents are waiting in the 5th floor victim witness office. Now, if the jury cannot decide, the judge would then have to declare a mistrial, and if that were to happen, Prosecutor Chris Becker would have to determine whether to file charges or have a new trial. So live in Grand Rapids, Ken Kolker, News 8.